Here we are, welcome to the Australian Futsal Club Championships. This is the start of the finals fever. We're here with semi-final number 1, Gold Coast Force with the ball versus Mountain Majik Force. Starting here, we've got Correia, Dack, Egeta, Buick, and BehBahahani's in goal for them. Majik have got the possession straight away. It's Dib on the ball. They've got Lynch, Barbara, Guerrero, and Brackenrig here with me. Rob Varela, welcome back, Rob. What a game we're in for.
Yes, it always well for a good game today. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how people react to the higher level of pressure. I mean, the game's exactly the same as what it was yesterday and the day before, but the consequences of the result obviously are much greater. Some players go into the shells, don't want to make mistakes. Some players thrive under pressure and raise the game to another level. So let's hope that, we see a good free-flowing game.
Let's see how we go. Gold Coast Force have got possession here in the kick-in. Buick. Dack. It's blocked by Guerrero. Here's Barbara. Finds Lynch. Guerrero now goes long to Dib. Too much on it.
That's one area we've been talking to Geordie about. He's giving away possession cheaply. Obviously, should he be selected to go to Vietnam, his role will be a little bit different to what he does here at club level. But still, that's an area that he needs to pay attention to.
Blocked there by Lynch. He's so strong. And he sees that ball out, wins possession for Majik.
Yeah, Grand Scam has gone to another level. The responsibility of being club coach and mentor to junior coaches at his club, UTS, has brought the best out in him, but he's starting to show on the court as well.
Dallas Dack brings it back in. Here's Thirone Correia. Buick. Egeta. Back to James Egeta. Brings it to the middle and finds Buick. Buick just forcing it there. Egeta now. They start again. Buick with a bit of those finals jitters, decision making.
Yeah, just they think they need to do something out of the ordinary. The principles of the game remain the same, and the team that executes the fundamentals the best will be, in most cases, is the team that comes out on top.
Guerrero. Big Gold Coast Force ball here. Here's Buick. Correia. Egeta. Egeta. The run was made, but the ball wasn't right. Brackenrig will bring it back in. He goes long all the way to Lynch. Not a bad ball. Lynch turns. Here he is. He's got support. Good backtracking there by Buick. That was a questionable back pass there. Majik were calling it.
Yeah, Grant Lynch has proven a little bit too strong for some of the Queensland defenders, the Gold Coast boys, and he's using his size and his control of the ball, and to create a little bit of panic in the back line.
Here's Correia. Goes across to Egeta. Buick. Correia. Goes back. Egeta, he's quick. He keeps it in. No, he doesn't. Majik ball. Buick intercepts it. Puts it wide. Probably had time to take a touch, but he wanted to make the most of Brackenrig not being there. Here's Barbara. Cross goal, out by BehBahahani. He won't be happy with that. Here's Lynch. Dib. Guerrero!
Dangerous
Takes a
deflection. Hopefully the game will be decided by a touch of brilliance rather than a mistake from a player. But it's all part of the game. A goal is a goal.
Guerrero's got a shot on. Here's Barbara. Lynch now. Keeps the ball for Magic. Egeta. Dack. Just needed to keep that ball. Here's Dib. Cuts in. Touch from Egeta. Lynch. Ball straight out there. Good crowd here today watching this game. Everybody wants to see the finals, see who's going to make it through and who's going to be victorious in this inaugural Australian Futsal Club Championships.
We just had 1,000 young Matildas walked in to watch the game. They're in camp here at Valentine Park as well. Not quite sure what age group it is, but they look very young girls. Hopefully the boys will keep their minds on the job.
Rhys Buick playing with it there. Guerrero wins it. He's on the run. Blocked by Thirone Correia. George Lethbridge has just come on for force now. That's the first change. Guerrero finds Lynch. Across the dib. Guerrero hits it. Great save from BehBahahani.
You look very, very spectacular, but a good goalkeeper with a good start of the ball should always make those saves. Good attempt by Jody, but fairly straightforward for the goalkeeper.
Rafael Consentino on for Gold Coast Force now. Barbara. All the way back to Brackenrig. Here's Dib. Lethbridge gets in front of Lynch there. He's strong. Stacey's on the court now. Stacey continues that run down the line. Can't keep it in. Dack's off and Fenn is on for Force. We've got Borg on and Fraser on here for Magic. Guerrero. Fenn gives it to Consentino. Lethbridge. Lethbridge again. Fenn. Ball's creeping up. Lynch gets the ball. Borg now. Borg is so quick. The ball comes back. I think the sideline ball's been called here. Lucky there for Force because Magic were on the break. Lethbridge. Here's Adam Stacey. Consentino. Ball's all the way through to Stacey. Can't keep control of it. Here's Guerrero. Borg. Down to Lynch. He's being harassed by Lethbridge and Fenn. Lethbridge comes out victorious. He does very well to stand his ground. Fenn. Here's Wetney on the court now. Borg is off, using his pace. It's off Stacey and out.
Good to see Scott Fenn making a comeback after a couple of serious knee injuries. He's worked very hard to get back on. It's good to see him back on the court enjoying the game.
He's worked extremely hard to get back here. Works extremely hard for this team as well. Gold Coast Force brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the game and to the court. Consentino. Lethbridge. Here's Fenn. Consentino wasn't the best ball. Wetney now gets away with a bad touch. Lynch. Lethbridge clears it. Wetney's got it. Off Fenn.
Grant could have been a little bit more selfish there. He had a good opportunity to score, but he tried to secure the goal by passing it across to a teammate. I think he would have had the goalkeeper beaten on the near post.
Here's Wetney. Finds Borg. Wetney gets it back. He makes a great run. Force have regained possession here. Here's Consentino. Just down the line to Stacey. Looks like that'll be off Majik. It is. Force ball. Consentino. Buick's back on. Egeta's back on.
I guess I'm the only one who saw the push in the back there. In general, no, refereeing has been a very good standard, but every now and then a little bit controversial. Some of the
big pull
non-calls.
Back there. Jack Wetney pulling back Rhys Buick. Very, very obvious. Good pressure from Adam Stacey. Correia's back on the court. Here's Egeta. Egeta pushes it down the line, does well. Blocked by Wetney. These two players know each other very well, Egeta and Wetney. Buick. Saved by Brackenrig, out by Fraser.
Get up! Get high up!
Correia. Buick. Wetney with the ball now. Dib. Thirone Correia pips it. Buick and Wetney having a battle down on that line. Egeta brings it back and plays Correia. Balls are off now, over the top, back to Egeta. It'll be a force kick in. Barbara's getting ready to come back on here. Here's Dack. Wetney's off, Barbara's on. Barbara's made that long run, and it's a great ball. Here's Egeta. Buick. Thirone. Buick. Tackled there by Borg. Over the top to Correia.
Barbara got ball watching, and the ball was played behind his back. Could have been very dangerous for Majik.
Egeta keeps his eye on the ball and sees it out. Here's Fraser. Finds Borg. Dib. Barbara. Pressure there by Rhys Buick.
Yeah.
Across the court to Dib. Finds Barbara. Just mishit there.
Next one.
Here's Correia with the ball. Egeta pushes it down the line across the Dack. Bit too much height on it. Smooth feet there from James Egeta though. Jordan Guerrera is back on the court now for Majik. Egeta, here's Dack. Puts it wide.
Confusion in the back line there for Majik.
All the way
I think it
out.
would be fair to say the Gold Coast are getting on top in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Jamie ringing the changes, trying to get the right combination on the court.
Here's Egeta. Correia. Buick continues his run. Not the best ball through the middle. Barbara had it covered. Egeta makes the foul, and it's a free kick to Majik. That's a timeout called now by Coach Jamie for Mountain Magic. Let's see what can happen when they come back. Barbara goes all the way through. Thirone sees the ball out. Gold Coast force kick in. Here's Egeta. Egeta trying a little bit too much down the line there. He'll get the kick in for it though. Correia. Buick. So, going to take on Fraser through the legs. Jordy Guerrera's off. Tackled by Egeta. Very, very strong. Correia. Egeta. Very smooth from Egeta here is Correia. Ball's out, Magic ball. Lynch is on, Fraser's off. Here's Lynch now. Plays it down to Barbara. Dib. Lynch. Over the top, bit of space here. Barbara, Reza sees it out.
Magic have lifted intensity, starting to ask some questions of the Gold Coast defence. That was a good opportunity. Had two players running onto goal, but couldn't bring the ball down and have a shot.
Block there by Buick. George Lethbridge is back on now for force in replacement of James Egeta. Some movement here. Buick and Dack coming off. Stacey and Fenn back on for force. Here's Lethbridge. Fenn. Lethbridge. Stacey can't get anything on it. Dib. Goes long all the way to Wetney. George Lethbridge uses his body well to decoy away from Lynch. Foul's given. Correia's off now. Consentino on. Just under 3 minutes to go here. Still 0-0. Stacey. Lethbridge. Ball down the line to Adam Stacey. It's too much for him. Here's Barbara. Puts into the middle. Wetney. Lethbridge now. A bit too much on that touch there. Needed a better first touch to try and get away.
Grant Lynn's superior fitness and intensity toll there. He gave the runner 2 or 3 meter start and caught up to him. Very pleasing from my point of view.
Here's Dib. Barbara, nice touch down the line. Reza comes out and makes a save. Here's Wetney. Well read by Consentino. Lynch through the legs of Lethbridge. Lethbridge wins it back through his legs.
That's playing the ball on the ground.
Stacey through the legs of Wetney. Keeps the ball in and he's pushed off by Dib. It's getting physical here. Brackenrig with the ball. Dib goes over the top. Dib gets it back. Tackle there. Gold Coast are away. 3v2. Lethbridge. Saved by Brackenrig. Important touch by Lynch to get that ball out there. Just under a minute to go.
Poorly executed 3-2 attack there. Made it easy for Mountain Magic to defend it.
Ben. A little bit too slow there.
Yeah, still a little bit rusty. All Scott.
Stacey. Wetney wins it. It's past George. Here's Lynch. Back to Wetney. Can he finish? Fantastic tackle there from Adam Stacey. He did get the ball, and I think he got his own player as well in Reza BehBahahani. It's 20 seconds to go here. Hopefully Reza is okay and can get up. Strong contest. Straight over by Barbara. 20 seconds to go. Brackenrig gets rid of it. Stacey bounces straight back up. Here's Fenn. Lethbridge. Down the line to Consentino. And the ball's out with 0.1 seconds to go. And that'll be halftime. 0-0 here between Mountain Magic and Gold Coast. 4 strong contests from both teams.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed the game. Both teams are better than what they've shown us so far. So we're waiting for better second half. Neither team has been able to take control and put pressure on the other team for any period of time. There's been a lot of mistakes in possession. Just a couple of opportunities for either team, but and a couple of good saves from long-range shots. But as I said, we expect better from these two teams. They're better than what they've shown us so far, and I'm sure they will improve in the second half.
We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Here we are in the second half, restarting this game with Mountain Majik Futsal Club. Wetney's off. Saved by Reza BehBahahani. Bodies on the line there by James Egeta. Wow. It is 0-0 currently in this game. It's been a massive matchup between these both teams. Ball's gone over the top to Wetney. He keeps it in. Here he is. Wetney again. Hits it over to Lynch. Wetney in this opening 30 seconds causing absolute havoc here for Gold Coast Force.
Yeah,
Rob Varella's back.
Yeah, Jack's been throwing his weight around to good effect. He's been a fantastic player for many, many years. Very skillful.
Bit of a wasted ball there from James Egeta.
Finish.
Lynch gets away from Correia. Reza comes out and wins possession for Force. Egeta. Dack finds the back of the net. James Egeta across the court. Dallas Dack finishes. Strong finish.
Totally unmarked to the far post. Jack didn't react to the ball across court. Gave him a free shot on goal and didn't make a mistake.
Fantastic finish by Dallas Dack. Great ball from James Egeta. That's 1-0 now to Gold Coast Force. That one's out. Force ball.
Mountain Majik have been caught out in defence a couple of times in previous games. And this mistake here could prove decisive.
Here's Thirone Correia. Egeta. Barbara tackles Egeta, gets it off to Lynch. Buick wins it back. Ball start again. Egeta. Correia. Here's Lynch. Ball's over the top. Buick brings it down. Egeta. Back to Buick. Here's Correia. Dack. Back to Correia. Correia again. Down to Dack. He got far post. He hits it. Saved by Brackenrigg. Majik are up. Here's Lynch. Tackled. Good last tackle there from Barbara, to make sure the Dack didn't get away. Here's Dack. Correia. Egeta. Trying to throw off Lynch here. Nearly makes it through. Egeta again. Correia. Buick. Correia. Finds Dack. Egeta, Gold Coast, keeping the ball here. Good tackle from Barbara. Egeta. Buick. Dallas Dack versus Lynch. Lynch is so strong. He's winning that ball back. Dib. He touches too much. He puts it out for a kick in. Buick. Egeta. Majik staying compact here in defense. Egeta. It's out by Barbara. 17 minutes to go. 1-0 to Gold Coast Force. Buick. Lynch wins the ball back. Finds Guerrero. Ball's free here. Brackenrigg puts it out. Soon enough, Barbara's going to win that ball back and be extremely dangerous moving forward with it. Here's Correia. Egeta. Egeta still with it, cuts into the middle, finds Dack. Egeta again, Dallas Dack. It's collected well by Jordan Guerrero. The foul's called. Sorry, the side ball's called.
Handball.
His dib in the middle. Finds Guerrero across to Barbara, who puts it over. He's got to finish that. Consentino is on now for Force. Fraser's on for Majik.
That was a much better transition move by Majik. That could have, perhaps should have resulted in a goal, but it's a good intervention by the goalkeeper.
Fraser plays Guerrero, he's in front, saved by Reza BehBahahani, very well done. And that's twice, that'll be a corner. Lucky there from Guerrero. Here's Consentino. Lethbridge is on, Fenn's on, and Stacey are on now for Force. Consentino. Fenn. Lacking options. Lethbridge. Borg. Fraser's continued his run. Here's Guerrero. Fraser now. Touch there by Lethbridge. Lynch. Quick down that line across goal. Ben positioned himself well. Guerrero. Borg. Borg beats one. Cuts it back. Doesn't beat Consentino. Lynch. Fraser's free. Lethbridge gets rid of it. Desperation there from George Lethbridge. Fraser to bring it back in. Here he is. Guerrero. Borg. Lack of concentration. Ball straight out. Lethbridge. Long ball. Ben. Strong. Consentino. Here's Scotty Fenn again. Goes down the line for Stacey on his left. Lynch with the ball here. Doubled up. Lethbridge gets away and he's fouled. Lynch getting a stern talking to instead of a card there for swearing at a referee. Here's Lethbridge. Consentino. Back to Lethbridge. Stacey tries to roll past Fraser, not successful.
Come back, Stace. Follow behind. Good Stace.
Here's Guerrero. Borg.
Middle.
Borg down the line using his pace. Stacey vs Lynch. It'll be a magic ball here. 12 minutes to go. 1-0 to Gold Coast Force. Here's Guerrero. Out by Consentino. Fraser. Ball all the way through to Lynch here. Tackled by Consentino. Done so very well. Gets his body around Lynch. Here's Borg. Consentino tries again. Fraser. Guerrero. Borg. Ball to Fraser.
Behind George, behind George. No, higher.
Lynch versus Consentino. Consentino gets rid of it. Guerrero has a crack. Fantastic save from Reza BehBahahani. Phenomenal save.
Majik exerting a lot of pressure. The Gold Coast players standing up to it, but it could be an equaliser coming up soon.
Straight over there by Fraser. Keeper's ball. Egeta, Buick back on the court here. Dack coming back on now. Thirone Correia getting ready to. Here he is. Here's Egeta. Goes down the line. Takes the side kick. Definite touch off Mike Borg there for the ball to go out. Should be a Gold Coast kick in. Long ball to Buick. Buick versus Egeta. Correia. Here's Buick. Egeta. Back to Buick. Egeta. Goes down the line and he's taken by Borg. That'll be a free kick and a card for Mike Borg. Egeta proving to be too quick. Barbara. Guerrero. All the way through. Eight minutes to go here. Still 1-0 to Force.
That's blatant time wasting, worthy of a card. The referees aren't controlling the game, and if they don't do that, things could get heated. A lot of collisions.
Dallas wins it. Here's Borg. Borg brings it back well. Barbara. Barbara v Dack. Good touch there by Dack. Correia getting rid of it. Egeta settles it down. Correia tries to go over the top. Guerrero brings it down perfectly. Finds Dib. Barbara. Dib again. And Buick gets it out. 7 minutes to go.
Majik starting to lose a little bit of the composure. Players going 1v5. Could be dangerous.
Here's Dib. Finds Barbara. Egeta's off and Consentino is on. Here's Correia. Goes high into the netting. Here's Dib. Cross to Guerrero. Too much on it there for Borg.
Signs of frustration here.
Long ball to Correia, brings it down nicely. Guerrero gets in the way. It is a side ball. Set play here. They'll get a corner from it. Ball over the top. And it's out. That needed to be hit first time. Lynch is back on now for Majik. Caused a bit of havoc for Force. He's so strong up there on target. Let's see if he can help Majik out.
Wait for the pass now.
Lynch holding it up. Dib. Saved by Reza, and that's out.
That's the best way for Majik to get to the goals, using Lynch as the pivot and having people running off him. We haven't seen enough of that today.
Here's Dib. Guerrero. Has a crack. Thirone Correia sees the ball out. That'll be a corner now. 5 minutes to go here. Force have found themselves defending quite a lot here. Here's Guerrero. Ball back to Guerrero. It's pushed wide. Dack's coming off and Adam Stacey's back on now for Force. Reza goes long to Stacey. Brings it down, cuts across, there's no support.
Up from there, Stace. Hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Oh, pressing there by Stacey. It's pushing ahead. Correia keeps it in. Consentino, Force are off now. Stacey across. That's out by Dib. Kick in here, just under 4 minutes. Here's Correia. Finds Stacey well. Correia! Just needed a touch off Buick there. Force looking dangerous in front of goal. Consentino gets in front of Lynch. Makes a tackle on Wetney, gets it across. Foul's called. I think they've got a right case there. Dangerous position here. Timeout called by Majik. I'm sure there's a set play coming from Coach Jamie. Let's see what happens. We're coming back now to a free kick for Mountain Magic in a very, very dangerous position. All players in a line here. Lynch on the ball. I'm sure they've gone through a set play in that timeout.
I think they may be looking at Jack Whitney to have the final shot.
They've gone all the way through.
The runners did their job, but the choice of pass from Grant Lynch wasn't 100% right.
Here they are. They're in fifth man now. Guerrero's here. Here's Whitney. Dib. Guerrero. Whitney. Ball cut across to Dib here. Back to Guerrero up top. 2.5 minutes to go. Guerrero finds Barbara. Guerrero, Jamie Dib gives it back to Guerrero. Reza BehBahahani cops a knock from Jamie Dib. 2 minutes to go. Dib gets his yellow. Reza BehBahahani is down now. Timeout here for Gold Coast Force. Bit of commotion. We're back now after that timeout. Gold Coast Sports with the ball. Got a free kick here. Reza BehBahahani in goal. Back up on his feet. Thirone Correia, they choose to go long. They've lost the ball now. An opportunity for Magic now to go into fifth. Lynch. Guerrero. Buick. Plays it to Egeta. Egeta versus Whitney. Guerrero's in goal at the moment. Ball's out and it's going Magic's way. Here's Whitney. Dib. Dib goes across. It's come off Correia. And that'll be a corner. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go here. Here's Guerrero. Wetney. Wetney goes long to Lynch. Back to Guerrero. Running the clock down. Ball straight out there. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go. This will take us into our minute of stop clock. Stacey on the ball. He continues on, gets the free kick though. We would like to have seen an advantage play there. 55 seconds.
So far, Gold Coast have had all the answers. Magic have been disappointing, but credit to the boys in white. They've done everything they needed to do so far. Just over half a minute to go.
Here's Egeta through the middle. He loses it though. Thirone Correia keeps it in. He does very well. James Egeta, that'll be a Gold Coast ball. No way. That's a Magic ball. Deep across goal, and that's out by Barbara. Goalkeeper's ball. 37 seconds. Reza goes long. It's too much for Stacey. The distribution's got to be better there. You cannot turn over possession like that. Here's Guerrero. There's 30 seconds on the clock. Dip. Reza. A much needed touch from Reza BehBahahani to see that ball out. 25 seconds to go. Ball goes all the way back to Guerrero. Ball's across to Lynch. They can't let that happen. It's through. Dip. Oh my lord. Ball out by Buick. Magic are so close. 16 seconds. Guerrero. Lynch. Guerrero, as long as the ball's in here, the clock's running. Wetney, lapse of concentration. Reza goes long, he wants Stacey to hold it and keep it. He's got the ball here, he's hassled by Lynch. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Stacey holds the ball, and that's 1-0 victory. Gold Coast falls through to the final. Queensland on the Australian stage.
Great defensive effort by the Gold Coast team. Answered all the questions the Magic put to them. Magic a little bit disappointing today. Capable of better, but all credit to the winners. Deserved victory for them.
Fantastic performance, Gold Coast Force. 1-0 over Mountain Magic. They will progress to the final. Stay tuned. We will be back shortly with Vic Vipers versus Inner West Magic for another great semi-final. Don't go anywhere.